Bam! Going live show. Going live. Welcome to the show tonight, everybody. Yeah, we got a few things that we changed around her, but we still pack in the punch. Okay, so we changed our name now, Pro Se Lawsuit Center. Yeah, that has a nice and more clear sound to what our goal is here. Pro Se Lawsuit Center. That's going to be the new name of things. Now, before we get started tonight, we got a lot to talk about tonight. But before we get started, I got an attorney dude on YouTube that's been talking trash. So I invited him to the show, or her. I don't know who it is. But I invited them to the show so they could, I don't know, they could come on the show and then they don't have to hide behind their wife's account over there while they're talking trash. He'll come on the show and talk trash right here to everybody, just like I'm doing. Okay, but they're gonna need to back it up. So well, we don't worry about that right now. We just need to get their ass in here. So if they wanna sit over there and talk trash, they can come over here and they could get on the air and they could explain to everybody why they're telling me I'm a sovereign citizen stuff, and it has to do with Moors, and I'm a Moor. Dude, just because I'm black don't mean I'm a Moor, okay? I don't even know what the hell. I don't have nothing to do with any of that. And then I explained to this person that what you learn around here is how to do stuff, do stuff to crush their program right in their face. I mean, come on now. And I threw it on the table for him. I haven't went back to see if he answered because I know he don't have anything. They ain't got no answer, nothing we got around here. But I told him, I think he's worried about, okay, let's just get to the point. Okay. The attorney can't help anybody because they're part of the system. Okay, what happens? And this is one of the things that I told y'all I was going to help y'all with some stuff to do your own thing, whatever. Let's just talk about that right at the gate. What the hell? Okay, what happens? And this is what I asked him. I said, what happens when someone has a counterclaim that's structured with federal case law and federal acts that actually bring their criminal liability to the table? And they used that in a case that they started. Okay, but wait, before you file a counterclaim in our program or in your new program, and I'm giving y'all the fire for free. Okay. Okay, so before you file the counterclaim, you want to go ahead and add the state, you want to add the judge, you want to add the attorney, the eviction people. You don't want to just get crazy and add a bunch of people because you're emotionally pissed off, okay? You just need to add the people that's going to show the other people, that's going to force the other people to visualize the shared liability. Okay, so I asked the attorney dude, or do that, I don't know. I asked the attorney person, what happens when someone files a counterclaim in their case that's structured with federal case law and federal acts, and they've added the state who's paying for all of that shit that they're doing. They've added the judge who's getting paid to give your stuff away or send your y'all follow where I'm going. What happens when you add them as plaintiffs to your counterclaim and then file that counterclaim in their case without filing fees? Without the hassle of trying to serve all the parties and all of that? Oh, and now the state who's paying everybody, and the state is actually the one that's trying to steal your property. Now the judge, all of them been added to the, wait, ain't nobody said nothing yet. Y'all know that these fools, they can't represent themselves. They can't represent people from the same corporation that's paying them. And oh, so they can't go into court. And if you see the bar association too, I don't know what the hell they're gonna do. We've done. Oh yeah, we've done. I'm not telling y'all ass to do nothing we ain't been doing. Okay, so when you get done, and you have the people that's actually causing the problem, and I asked the attorney person this: what happens when you get sued? Not for the stuff that they said you did. What happens when your ass gets sued? Work with me here. For the reason why the court and all of these people were able to violate you. Okay, what if you get sued for that? The reason why they're able to come after you. He didn't have much to say. So I'm a little fired up because I like to punch these people back in the face. So, but I'm hiding out. Well, I'm not at an undisclosed location anymore, and they guys know where I'm at all the time anyway because I use credit cards, so they can find me if they want to. Okay, but here's the thing: when they start talking crap, the way I'm going to punch them this time is the 42 U.S.C. 1983 foreclosure defense lawsuit package that was, well, originally it was $1,200, then it got marked down to $600, then it was down to $500, then went back up to $600. It's down to $150. Right now on my website is $150 for the whole package. Oh, we see what the attorney ass have to say about that. Now, for that, what I want from you guys is that invest in this package is 2 reviews. One review when you open up the package and you see the documents and you read them and you watch the instructional video and you understand how to use them. I want a power review. Okay, and then I want another review when you take the shit down there and stick it in their face. Okay, all the kids are going to bed, so I'm just I ain't playing tonight. So I want another review when you take the stuff down there and you stick it in their face. I want to know how if they treated you any different than it was treating your ass in the first place. If they have to have a supervisor come out and look over your shit and try to make some lame ass excuse why. Okay, and the reason why I'm asking for this because most of the time they make you sign the non-disclosure statement so you don't get a chance to, and I'm fine with that because at the end of the day, anybody that don't want to get in this program because they can't see a review did not take the time to understand what we're doing here. Okay, Pro Se Lawsuit Center. That pretty much wraps it up tight. Okay, so I'd like to get a review on the new foreclosure eviction writ. I have a couple of people using it right now. I reduced the price of that down just a tad bit because I'd like to get a few reviews and get to working with some people to get them back into their house, no matter how long ago they were evicted or foreclosure evicted. That's what we're talking about. Okay. It doesn't matter how long ago it was. In that new foreclosure eviction writ of mandamus lawsuit package, you can't address the foreclosure situation. It doesn't matter how long ago it was. I know, sounds crazy, coach. This is what happens when you make this shit your life. Okay. And so I know I'm gonna throw it out there because I ain't got nothing. We use a legal doctrine called fraudulent concealment. Look that shit up. Fraudulent concealment. It's a legal doctrine that tolls the statute of limitations. Oh, it tolls the statute of limitations. Okay, so I'm not that smart. Okay, so I'm thinking, well, if it tolls statute of limitations, we need to, I would want to use it as a cause of action. Right in front of the 42 U.S.C. 1983. Oh, now the foreclosure stuff, all that stuff, it's just stuff. Okay, it's just stuff. So I'm going to just kind of getting everything lined up here. Okay, so welcome everyone. So if you guys are here, it's because you're either in foreclosure or you're already lost your home in foreclosure, or you're trying to protect your rights, or maybe they're after you for criminal crap, and criminal statutes are not valid law, just like other statutes, they're not valid laws. So tonight we're going to show you guys, the lawsuit and that we use that they don't want you to know about. I'm Coach Neighbors, and I've helped a lot of people fight against this fraudulent foreclosure action situation, and I don't help nobody that has an attorney. So nobody needs an attorney over here, because you already know the attorney's getting paid to throw your ass under the bus in the end. And so y'all need to understand that we don't teach theory. I don't teach theory. I coach real people using real-time feedback that we receive from fighters and homeowners and legal coaches using our products. And we've seen results. And one of the things why the traditional foreclosure defense fails, okay, so number one, their attorneys file procedure delays, not constitutional attacks. Number two, they rarely challenge the jurisdiction of the court. Well, I've never seen an attorney challenge any jurisdiction of the court. So we're just gonna, okay. And they don't name the judge or the state because, well, they're afraid to, because they want to get paid. You're paying $1,000 and $10,000 to buy time, not to win. You're not buying time to win. So traditional defense says, let's negotiate with the thief. Well, the thieves are actually the attorneys. Okay, the thieves are actually the attorneys. And so I'm just going to stop here and throw that right on it. The thieves are actually their attorneys. And here's why. And I'm just going to throw it on the table and keep real. I'm not that smart. What I do know is that by the time your property get into foreclosure, and we're talking judicial, non-judicial, it's in there somewhere, but it's kind of floating around. But by the time your property get into foreclosure, okay, the bank has already charged that shit off. They done a charge off, claimed that shit on their taxes, and they wrote it off insurance. 1, 2, 3, not plus not. Oh no, we not done. Okay, and then they took your money. They took your money for a very long time in a lot of cases. And they didn't give you your damn money back. They want to take your house after they've already done the charge off to 1 not times. No, and they don't want to pay you what you paid while they're throwing your shit out in the yard. No, they want to give you some keys for cash so you'll get your ass off of their property. So they can, and most people don't even realize that all of that starts, all of this headache that you've been dealing with, all of it starts when they illegally registered your deed in their office. that illegally registered your deed in their office. Check your statutes for the property transfer. I've only checked a couple. And it says that your deed is supposed to be delivered to you. And it also says that it's not conveyed, yada, 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 until it's delivered. But that's not what they do. They do what they call their constructive delivery, and they register your deed in their office. And that registration allows first illegal lien to be put on the property. Most people don't even know that. The registration of your deed allows the first illegal lien to be put on your property. Some people think it's the property lien. Some people think no. It's the mortgage lien. Oh, I know. Coach, you talking crazy. I was talking this crazy shit to the dude earlier today, so I'm a little wound up. So we're just going to talk crazy. It was the mortgage lien. Think about it. Think about it this way. There were several people who owned property. All of them would have to be present to sign that lien, right? Yep. So the fact that they accepted the signature from y'all happy asses on there proves that I smell stink, because you already own that shit. They wouldn't have accepted your signature. Oh wait, where did the lender sign? Did anybody from the bank sign your deed, your mortgage? It's just one signature on there. Oh wait, actually, there was one when you left the table, and then they stamped "paid to the order of" on it, and then wrote "without recourse" and yada yada yada, and then generally a vice president signed it, or a robo signer. I know my shit. Oh yeah, and then it was processed through the Federal Reserve for electronic credits. They never made you a loan. The alleged loan was generated with your own signature. They just exchange your signature. Well, Modern Money Mechanics, a publication that puts out how these people do banking, they say that your signature was traded for 9 times the amount that went into the demand deposit account. Now, I just read that from 9 times the amount for every loan. How can the bank be going broke? Oh, wait. There's a federal law that says the bank is not allowed to loan the depositor money to anybody. And there's actually another law that says that nobody can loan credit. And there's another law that says we're not supposed to be using fake ass Federal Reserve notes. Okay, but we're getting off. We're getting a little off track on that. Okay, but like I said, right now, while this stream's going on, that lawsuit package, the 42 U.S.C. 1983 foreclosure defense lawsuit package, is on sale for $150. The whole thing. You get the whole thing, and then you need to go over to the YouTube channel and check out the updated instructional video for it. Or, I don't know, it might download in it. I don't know. Either way, that's what you got to do. So now you can take control. Okay, I'm going to do a screen share right here. And then I'm going to show you guys. We're going to take a look at what the lawsuit looks like. Okay. Oh, that's so pretty, but that's just I gotta cover that up. I can't look at that. Okay, so this is like just a quick description of it for the people that's in a hurry. And a lot of times those people don't really work out here. They think it takes too long, but they don't understand that if you understand what you're doing, the first document that you file in state court crushes the whole entire state court process. You can file a counterclaim, okay, and it'll crush anything you file in the state court is going to crush the state court process because we use federal case law and federal acts, and they can't respond. You can use higher court case law in the lower court, but you can't respond to higher court case law with lower, and you can't respond to anything with statutes and codes because statutes and codes are not valid law. The statute that they're using to foreclose on you is not a valid law. It doesn't have an enacting clause. It doesn't have a title or a body. Those are the three things that the Constitution and federal law, I don't really care about federal law. I want to stick with the Constitution. Mandates must be present for something to be a valid law. And they don't have that. So you can see right here, we've done a lot of work. Thank you, Humira, for all of the help. She used to be the website person, but she does a lot of other stuff now. She's like my partner hiding over in Pakistan. Thank you, Humira, for all the work that you do. It really shows. The website is looking beautiful. And we're changing our name to Pro Se Lawsuit Center. Yeah. And so you see right here what you get in the foreclosure defense package. And we just kind of go through all of that. Now, one of the things that you guys need to do, and we're just going to kind of go over this, and I'll get back to the thing, to help yourself also, is to include a statement of constitutional emergency. Oh, the statement. Now, we didn't go over all this, but you can take a look at that later. This is more important. You can include this in your own stuff, okay? And even if your stuff has defects, if you include the statement of constitutional emergency, bam! Okay, I'm shaking everything. If you include, what happens is, and I'm still learning about this, we've included this in our premium packages. I also included it in the lawsuit that we have in this package, but I haven't put it in there yet. I'll put it in there as soon as we get done. The statement of constitutional emergency is bad ass. And the reason it's bad ass is because, what it does is it forces the court to send it to a higher court. That's what I'm learning. And the higher court, it strips away the administrative crap, and the higher court can only rule on the constitutional issues. Oh, that's a nice gem. Okay, so think about this. Let me take a sip of my tea. All of the issues that they're saying is a problem with your stuff, with their administrative crap, the local rules. Now maybe you see the power that this public dog's bringing to the table. Now, I'm not talking about my stuff. I'm talking about adding the statement of constitutional emergency to your stuff. Okay? Now you don't have to worry about the defects, right? Because the defects are their crap that they're controlling over there. Y'all have to know what the Constitution says. Okay, and now you can just see how much more power that's adding to what we're bringing to the table right here. That's already got power. Hey, they already don't want to talk about it. Who is this package for? Homeowners facing legal foreclosure, families facing foreclosure eviction process from a home that they paid for. Property owners dealing with fraudulent deeds and unlawful foreclosure sales and auctions and all that. Oh, yeah, no, we got some more. This package for anyone who wants to use federal law to fight back without an attorney. Without an attorney. It's also for legal coaches. You can start out being a legal coach, invest in the premium package, start out being a legal coach, and get behind the scenes coaching from yours truly. We got a couple of more. disbarred attorneys, attorneys struggling because they want to help people for real. Some attorneys are struggling because they stood up to the attorneys, and so you guys can go over to the website and take a look at this. There ain't nowhere else you're going to get this for. Well, you're not going to get this for the $600 that I was asking for, because nobody makes stuff for real like we do. And then here you can see some of our other packages: prosecutor eliminated package, challenge property tax package. Now, the challenge property tax package is pretty powerful, and it has 2 lawsuits in it. It does. It has the 42 U.S.C. 1983 foreclosure offensive lawsuit in it, and the challenge property tax lawsuit. I got tired of trying to explain to people, it doesn't matter if it's foreclosure or tax lien foreclosure, or it does HOA foreclosure, judicial foreclosure, non-judicial foreclosure. It does, as long as there's foreclosure on the end, because that's what they're doing, attacking your property. The goal is to get your deed out of their office. That's the main goal. And then you can see all of the other documents that we have in here. Here's a demand for sanctions for mortgage fraud. This is like a mini lawsuit right here, because you're demanding 2 million, 5.5, whatever. Then you have this temporary restraining order to block the entire state from receiving federal funding. Oh, I had a lot of fun putting that together. When we also included the legal malpractice lawsuit, because a lot of times when you're in this property tax or foreclosure, you start out throwing your money in the toilet with an attorney, and then, if you're lucky, at some point you figure it out before they're throwing your stuff in the yard, and then you got to do all this other stuff up here, whatever. So the way I would do it is, when I filed either one of these or both of these lawsuits, I would make sure that I added the attorney's asked to these lawsuits. No, save this legal malpractice lawsuit for later, after you get done proving. Because they ain't gonna be able to fight or stand up to it. When they get done sitting down and working out the deal, then you can bring that up. And then we got this demand to strike here, is what we use to strike anything we used to use that, but we don't use that anymore, because it's a whole lot more fun to add them to the counterclaim in the premium package, and as plaintiffs, and then file it in the case, though. And that's a lot more fun. So you can see the website's been redone, and we're trying to be as clear as possible. But it looks beautiful. So let's just get out of this so we can finish up what we got going on. Okay, we'll take a break and say hi to everybody that showed up tonight. Well, welcome, Tucker. Welcome to the show tonight. Hi. Glad you guys can make it. Thank you, Mr. Jones. And yeah, my kids called me today, and 2 of my kids, my 2 older kids, are visiting together in Arizona. So I got to talk to my grandkids too, all in the same place. So I'm feeling pretty happy, and I couldn't have done this by myself. So Carrie, we want to thank her too. She kind of helped with the Father's Day thing with these beautiful kids that we raised. So thank you, Carrie, for your pain and suffering. Okay, anyway, let's stay focused. We're getting off. Yeah. Happy Father's Day to you guys too. I know I'm not the only dad around her. Donna? Huh. I wonder if I recognize her smile. I don't know. Everybody got a different name, but the smile is the same. Man, happy Father's Day to you too. I'm assuming that you Justice for Jessica Gomez. Well, I wish you luck. I'm not sure if you're in our program. You well, luck is always good, but you'd have something to go along with that. But good luck. Justice for Jessica. I didn't know what happened to Jessica. Yep, unjust enrichment. That's exactly what it's called. I like to just. It takes me a long time to say that, and I have trouble spelling it. So I like to just call it Rico. All right, it's Rico. That's what it is. Oh, well, you're welcome for Lucinda. No, know who she is. I don't think I missed her, did I? Huh. If you guys are here, say hello, because we can't see that you're here unless you come in and say hello. It's nice to see that you're here too, because if you invest in the program and you have some extra questions or something, it's a lot easier to jump up to help the people that be going up every day and putting in the work. So that's kind of how I see that. So let's just get this thing wrapped up here. So what is the 42 U.S.C. and why does it work? Simple explanation. 42 U.S.C. 1983, the federal civil rights lawsuit allows you to sue anyone acting under the color of law who violates constitutional rights, including judges, attorneys, the state, and or other state actors. Okay, so why does it matter in foreclosure? These foreclosures are often carried out by they're always carried out by administrative courts. All of the courts are not Article 3 courts. So you're administrative court. And you were not given due process, only the presumption of debt. Did homework. The presumption of debt. That was all your ass was given. You were presumed that you was guilty. The presumption of debt. Ouch. The deed fraud, fake assignments, and improper notices, all violations of your due process. Every one of them violation of your due process. But attorneys, they ain't gonna tell you. They ain't gonna, the attorneys that's trying to help you fight the foreclosure. Oh, they're just gonna drag it out, like we said at the top, drag it out, and then try to work a deal with the thieves themselves. They work the deal for themselves, and then okay, let's stay focused. I'm about to get worked up again. Okay, so what'd you get in the lawsuit package? Now I'm going to emphasize what you're buying, because right now you're buying the fire. You're buying the fire that we put together from the real-time feedback over, I don't want to say how many years, because that drops. It's kind of like when you're working and you're doing something, how many years you've been doing. Now you're down to like 5 cents an hour. Okay. Oh, and for the number of years, I might think that I should be doing more or something. Okay, so let's just stick to it. What you get when you invest here is the real time feedback from a lot of people's pain and suffering. From a lot of people's pain and suffering. Now, you're going to get the full 42 U.S.C. 1983 federal lawsuit document, and my document is unconventional. The computer tries to make me say it's non-traditional. It's not. Yeah. Now we have federal case law. We automatically, you can file this in state court. It will automatically stop the state court process because. Oh, and then we had a statement of constitutional emergency in there. Bam! Oh, it's on fire already. And oh yeah, and we don't ask for no trial. We ask for a settlement conference. We demand a settlement conference and a trial. Shit, who wants to go through that shit? They're gonna screw you over. Okay, so look, if they can't respond to the stuff that we file in state court, they're not going to be able to respond to what we file in federal court. Think about it. There's been a couple of people that didn't understand this, and those state players moved it to federal court. And they can't move shit. That's total BS. The magistrate judge over here in the federal court don't have jurisdiction to be even getting in the middle of shit without signed consent from everybody. It's stinking all over the place. I'm just saying, it's stinking all over the place. Okay, so think about it this way. When they moved it, when the state players moved the federal case law and federal acts they can't respond to that got filed in their case, when they moved that shit over to federal court, they still can't respond. And I can guarantee you, you're not going to find a federal attorney that's going to step up and help them. Oh, wait, that's the problem. They don't have a federal bar card. Oh, I was going to say license, huh? We got a license. They don't have no license. You can get your license off the website. That's going across the bottom of the screen for $75. We got a federal bar card license. Our shit covers both. Okay, so they're not qualified to respond, and the judge does not want their name on none of my stuff. Okay, so got the counterclaim right here that you're going to be filing, then you're going to be instructed to add the people to it. Demand emergency dismiss the foreclosure and the eviction process and re-entry. Certificate of service, we have an instructional sheet in there for that. And you get, if you invest in one of the packages that's not the premium package, then you get coaching at neighbors_coach on Twitter. That's where the coaching goes. I don't coach in my emails. I'm coaching people texting me and all of that. Okay, so this is not a one-page stall tactic like they do when they make demand damage for you, just one page or whatever. No, this is not. No, this is a constitutional filing that puts them on the defense and you back in power. That's what this is. And we do that by adding the state, the judge, and the attorney to the matters. That's a counterclaim. And then you add them as defendants to your federal lawsuit. You file a counterclaim in the state court just to stop the process. We ain't trying to litigate nothing over there in that pile of stink. I'm just saying, stop the state court process, get your stuff filed in federal court, serve those state court players. Oh, and then you can demand the federal judge order them to the settlement table. Okay, see how that works? We just avoided a whole bunch of BS. and And the reason that you're going to order them to the settlement table is because they can't respond. They can't respond to federal case law with a state bar card. Bam, bam. I'm not that smart. Okay, but see, this goes back to the real-time feedback from all of the people that are helping us do this thing right here. Okay, we work with people from California all the way to New York. I am not lying. I had people call me from Alaska. I had a lady call me from Alaska one night at 2:00 in the morning because she had taken the script that I gave her to the eviction court and crushed, and she was badass, and she crushed that shit. I said, "Who's that yelling in the background?" So, "Oh, that's my boyfriend. We're drinking wine, having a party. It's 2:00. It's 2:00 here where I'm at. I don't know what time it was in Alaska, but she told me, Coach Neighbors, anytime your wife or anytime anybody from your family's in Alaska, you just let us know. You got a free place to stay." And I said, "Oh Lord, black people don't go to Alaska." It's too damn cool. Okay, so then my wife was elbowing me because I wasn't being very nice. Okay, so when you order the judge when you demand a judge order them to the settlement conference, the one lady told me, "Well, Coach, the judge is going to deny it." I know. And if you watch the instructional video, I'll tell you right there, the judge is going to deny it. Now, what I also know is that the judge is not going to provide a finding of facts and the conclusions of law with their denial crap and their administrative crap. A lot of crap going on. Okay, so now that 42 U.S.C. 1983 lawsuit can be filed against the judge for helping them. Or depending on what package you get, you can use a supplemental pleading. The supplemental pleading is how we make adjustments to what we're doing without asking their ass or kissing their ass for leave of court to do anything. And if you want to know how to do supplemental pleading, because this goes right back into strengthening what you're doing yourself, okay, you go to the Federal Rules Civil Procedure and you scroll down to like a filing an amendment. And then you scroll down, all the way down to the bottom, right next to that really tiny ass number, and you'll see supplemental pleading. Supplemental pleading. Now, there's a couple of things. I don't remember all of them, so you're going to have to go check because I ain't trying to like hold nobody's hand and tell y'all ass what to do. Okay? But when you file a supplemental pleading, you have to, one, I can remember, add a party or account or both. And it has to be connected with the original reason why you're there, which makes plenty of sense. And this is from common law pretty much. And that's why I put it way down at the bottom of everything, because most people are in a hurry and they don't see this. Okay, and you can file as many supplemental pleadings as you want. So what you do is you file a supplemental pleading, you file the same document, you add the whatever, you can add, Supreme Court. Oh, they got real pissed off when we started adding the Supreme Court because the Supreme Court was the one that come up with the local rules they use to screw you with. So, yeah. Or the clerk. The clerk is the one the clerk has a higher position than the judge. And the clerk's number one job is to protect the court's money. Bam, there you go. You want to know why the clerk always lying to your ass? Oh, yeah. So the key difference in the way we do things, this is the key differator, terminator. Okay. The court's not neutral. The judge enforced fraudulent process. Yeah, the judge enforced the fraudulent process, and The attorney conceals the fraud. All of their players conceal the fraud. Oh, and oh, I like the way this one set up. And the state license all that shit. Bam. Uh-huh. The state license all of that. Oh, now we're back to the state. For those of you who don't understand why we why we had the state. Yeah, state license all of that and paid the judge. And okay, sorry. By adding them as plaintiffs to your counterclaim, you're not defending, you're attacking and forcing the higher court to strip away the administrative fraud. Oh, I have fun putting this together. Strip away the administrative fraud and only rule on the constitutional issues. Oh, now you can do that yourself. You just gotta get on the internet and learn about, about the emergency constitutional situation thingy there, and add that to your stuff. And now you don't have to worry about staying the claim because all that is total BS. You don't have to worry about none of that. All you got to worry about is constitutional stuff. And that shit ain't hard. Okay, imagine imagine if someone tricked you into believing that you had to allow them to register your deed in their office and it was a violation of the property transfer statute. Yeah, I know the statutes are bullshit, but they're the ones that's supposed to follow these statutes to make it fair for us. That's how it is supposed to work. In my head, they don't say that, okay? But I've been reading this shit and listening to people for a real long time, and so I come to my own conclusion on some stuff. And that's my conclusion right there, okay? Imagine if they tricked you into believing that you had to allow them to register your deed, and it was a violation of the property transfer statutes. This is what I would be jamming a judge's ass up with if I had to stand in court over this situation. Judge, you're here to make sure they're following statutes, right? To protect the state citizens, right? So the property transfer statute said they're supposed to deliver my deed to my house, and that's not what they did. So I don't know what you call what they did. My legal team calls it real estate deed fraud. A couple of people in the legal team called it RICO, real estate deed fraud. Deed fraud, state, real or RICO. Okay, sorry. Okay, but you know, it didn't. It didn't. And then I would explain to the judge that registration allowed first illegal lien to be put on the property, and that my legal team said that once the judge is aware of this, the judge also shares liability. Not you. I didn't know it's going to be talking to you, judge. What if instead you sued the judge for letting it happen? Oh, how did we get here? Oh, we started here at the gate with the judge after the state. And we did the state, then the judge at the gate state. Come on now, y'all keep up. Y'all need to keep up. Because we ain't playing. We ain't playing. And they getting grumpy as hell. And they've been talking shit, and I've been getting some emails, and, you know, I had one fool tell me he can't believe, and I guess he thought maybe I was like a bar member or something, okay? He messaged me and told me that he can't believe I'm helping the poor. You don't know why I'm helping the poor. I was like, okay, dude, the rich people don't need no help because they're the ones that's stealing all the shit from them. Oh, my conversation with these fools never go very well for them. Oh, yeah. Then he called me some names and stuff. So, I'm like, dude, you know what? I've been calling names my whole life, and I like it. So you can call me whatever you want. Because you call me names, your ass is getting punched in the face. So there you go with that. Now, who is this package for? If you ready to punch some asses in the face. Okay, sorry. It's not just for people who got a foreclosure notice. It's or people who were locked out months or years ago. This is not the mandamus package, but you can use it to do what you need to do if you understand. Oh, this package is for you if you're currently fighting foreclosure eviction right now. Oh, it's for you if you know the system is rigged, but don't know where to start. This package is for you if you can't afford or don't trust traditional attorneys. This package for you. This package is for you if your family's on as low on financial resources. This package is for you. Okay, I might go on. All right, a couple more. This package for you if you want the best there is and the cheapest to get this handled. That this package for you. This package for you if you're tired of taking their damn punches. This package is for you if they threw your shit out in the yard. Yeah, and had the neighborhood free for all while you're rushing to get something. Now, why the statement of constitutional emergency matters? We kind of went over that at the gate because I wanted to make sure that we get that in. Okay, most people lose in foreclosure court because they fail to force the court to acknowledge the constitutional violations that are happening behind the scenes or in front of the scenes or right in front of the damn judge's face. What the hell? Let's just throw it right on the table like it is because we ain't playing tonight. They fail to address the constitutional violations. Now, we've been addressing them and stuff, or trying to. I mean, you're suing for 42 U.S.C. whatever. Yeah, but what we didn't know is that you have to have a whole nother document and pay $3,000 to $7,000 to file a writ to force the court to do something. So we didn't know that. Oh, and then when we learned that, we learned about the constitutional statement, the statement of emergency, the statement of constitutional emergency. Come on, coach, you got this. Now we can add y'all can add that to your own stuff, okay, and then make that shit fire out the hole like we're doing over here, and I don't know. Okay, so this is like pretty badass. Like when they came out with sliced white bread, sliced bread. This is pretty badass because now you can use this to shut down the administrative crap that the reason why they're throwing your stuff out and whatever. Without spending the 5,000 to 7, without spending the 7 to 10 or whatever, Oh wait, if you got your own stuff, then you can use this, and then not have to worry about stating the claim or the defects and none of that stuff because all of that shit gets stripped off to the side. This is what they said. We got 3 or 4 people. Well, we got 2 people that's using it. I got 4 people that's supposed to be using it, but only 2 of them are stepping up to the plate and communicating with me to make sure that we're on the same page. Now, the statement of constitutional emergency demands judicial notice that the foreclosure process violated due process, that you were denied a meaningful opportunity to be heard, and also that the state used administrative court and foreign agents not registered under FARA, the Foreign Agent Registration Act, which is a federal law that was enacted in 1937. Oh my God, I'm a freak. I'm wrong. Yep. Oh, and that's a federal law. So just think about that. That one little thing right there. That one little thing. If the judge is not registered with FARA, the judge is in violation of the federal law, along with the prosecutor, the attorney, the clerk, all of their asses. Okay, y'all know I love my job, so let me move on. Okay, the fraudulent documents and unlawful codes replace valid laws. Fraudulent documents. Actually, I probably would start out with unlawful codes and fraudulent documents because unlawful codes help generate the fraudulent documents. Oh, now this shifts the courtroom from the private club to the federal battlefield, where your rights must be acknowledged if you're bringing the right firepower to the table. This is not just paperwork. This is firepower. Power punching. Okay, so isn't something that you wait on. Every day you delay, the situation worsens for you. I had a lady tell me one day, "Oh, coach, I'm nervous about talking to the judge. I'm nervous about, Oh, I said, well, let me ask you something. Are you more nervous about talking to the judge, or are you more nervous about looking out the window and seeing that long line cars or police officers coming to your house to throw you out and your family out in the street? Which one of those makes you more nervous?" And she thought for a few seconds, and then she said, "It's about 50-50." So I hung up on her ass. I did. My wife at the time was like, "What the hell?" And then I called her back a few minutes later, and she's laughing. We talked for a while. She wasn't a new customer, so she already knew I was crazy. And I told her, I said, I'm thinking you're one of those customers that you're not going to be ready to take action until you look out the window and see them driving down the street to your house. And she said, "Oh, it'll be too late by then." Thank you. I'm about to hang up again. Oh, and she took her happy butt over there and got what she needed. So, yeah. If you've seen the truth, okay? Already, we've been talking. Y'all been watching my videos. You in this. You see it. You've seen the truth. You felt the pressure. You feel the pressure. You felt the pressure. And now it's time to take action. You need to head over to, we're going to put here the link right here to this package that's on sale. And while we jamming right here, where else can you attack and take control of the foreclosure situation? For $150. Now, I ain't trying to have nobody calling me tomorrow or next in a couple of days and all that. Trying, because I'm just going to act like I don't know who you are. I'm going to act like I don't work here. Because if you want the thing, you got to jump and get it when it's being offered, and it's being offered right now. It's being offered right now. Oh, okay. Private and confidential. Welcome to the show tonight. And Sean, I'm glad we got some new people in here. I heart windshields. Thank you, and happy Father's Day to you too if you're a dad. Well, they don't want you to file a no about none of my lawsuits. Tax the feds. But I just put a link to the lawsuit that we're talking about tonight, the 42 U.S.C. 1983 foreclosure defense lawsuit. We've included the statement of emergency. Excuse me. And the statement of the Constitution emergency statement to it that's going to add a little more firepower to the situation. And I just put a link to the lawsuit down here that we're talking about. Pro Se Lawsuit Center. I like the way that reads and looks. Yeah, that's going to be the new name of us. Is going to be Pro Se Lawsuit Center. There you go, tax the feds. Right there. Get over there to the website and check that out. Now, the premium package that we have is foreclosure defense package, and then this package here is 42 U.S.C. 1983 foreclosure defense package. The premium package and the eviction writ package are both designed to challenge the illegal mortgage loan process before you're in default. Okay, it's designed to challenge before you're in default. So, it has a offer to pay letter in it that we use to do that. And it also has beat up documents that I used for my kids' divorce. We made some new documents and have a couple of new strategies that we put in place. So if you guys are facing this problem right now, $150, come on now. What's up? What's up, Alvin? Greetings to you too, young man. And we about to sign off with her, so I can go sit down and relax and getting all this stuff together today. I want to show you guys also what the new lawsuit looks like. Yeah, just a little something. The statement of constitutional emergency. This is a direct appeal to the United States Court to intervene in the state enabled conspiracy to deprive the plaintiff of constitutionally protected rights, including property, liberty, and due process equal protection under the law. Yeah, we got this covered. This case presents a clear and present danger to the fundamental principles of the United States Constitution. The plaintiff asserts that the state, through unlawful foreclosure, forged documents, and a lack of jurisdiction, has engaged in an administrative scheme that has permanently harmed the plaintiff's health, livelihood, and property. Oh, yeah, I like to read that. In violation of the 14th Amendment, the plaintiff hereby declares the state of constitutional emergency and respectfully demands that the court restore judicial integrity, prevent irreparable harm, and grant immediate injunctive relief and declaratory relief. Oh. So when you add the statement of constitutional emergency, you can just hear how that reads or whatever. It's like having a constitutional court thingy challenging the Constitution. Now we're seeing how they handle it. We got two people right now. One person is in court and they moved her stuff up and they came with some other people. And Coach M, she left a review video about the difference in how to whip, but we ain't got her. We ain't got her the eviction stop reverse yet and her back in her house. But we ain't stopping. And we don't know how long it's going to take because nobody's doing this. Okay, nobody's doing this. We are, but nobody else is. Okay, so you guys get over there to the website and you want to start your own coaching business. Get over there to the website. You got to start somewhere. Okay, just get $150. Get yourself in there, in the door, and get what you need to start taking control of this situation. Thank you guys for the value of sharing your time, and I'm going to shut her down.